Hello, Patriots. I'm so glad to be with you back here again. This is Mrs. Wright, and I have a very special and fun story for you today. Today, we're going to be reading a story called Momotaro, Peach Boy. Who's ever had a peach? Raise your hand. I sure have had one. Do you like them? Are they delicious? Good, me too. I want you to think for a minute about this story as we read it. We're going to be reading the whole story, and I want you to think about the beginning, the middle, and the end. That's called the sequence, or how things go in the story. All right. So today, our vocabulary words that we need to know for our story, the word is pheasant. Pheasant. That's a type of bird with a long, colorful tail. Mike spotted a colorful pheasant on a high branch of a tree. Pheasant is the word. And sometimes they put an S on it, like pheasants, when there's lots of them. Another word for this story that you're going to need to know is the word swooped. Flew down quickly in a curving motion. They swooped down. The stunt plane swooped down out of the sky. All right, those are our words. I want you to listen for them as we're reading this story today. Remember, we have been learning a lot about folk tales. Remember, folk tales are stories that are generally passed down from generation to generation. So your grandma told your mom told you, you're going to tell your kids someday. Okay, most of these stories are fiction, remember? That means make believe or made up. It's from someone's imagination. All right, so we're going to hear a folk tale today from the country of Japan. I want you to look at this map I have here. Right over here, see that small little country? That is Japan, and that is where this story takes place today. Okay, the setting of this folk tale is in Japan. All right, so we're going to read this story again. It's called Momotaro, Peach Boy. I want you to listen carefully and see if you can find out who the main character is and if he was a hero or not. All right. Once upon a time. Oh, let me change the page for us. Here we go. Once upon a time, in a small village in the country of Japan, there lived a kind old man and his good, honest wife. One fine morning, the old man went to the hills to cut firewood, while his wife went down to the river to wash clothes. The old man was scrubbing the clothes on a stone when something strange came floating down the river. It was a peach, a very big, round peach. Can you see it in the picture? She picked it up. Oof! She carried it home with her, thinking that she and her husband could eat it when he returned. The old man soon came down from the hills, and the old woman set the peach before him. The peach began to shake and wobble the table. As the old man and woman looked on in amazement, the peach split apart, and out came a baby boy. The old woman and the old man took care of this baby. They were kind to him and raised him as their own. They called him Momotaro, a fine name as it means peach boy. Momotaro grew up to be strong and brave, which was a very good thing for the village because for many years the villagers had been bothered by the Oni, who was a greedy monster who stole things from the villagers. Remember, monsters are made up. They are not real. This story is just pretend. Everyone in the village wished that the Ani would stop bothering the village. One day when Momotaro had grown to be a young man, he said to his parents, "I am going to the island of the Ani who steal from our village." An island, remember, is a piece of land completely surrounded by water. "I will bring back what they have stolen and stop them from harming us ever again. Please make some millet cakes for me to take along on my journey." Millet cakes are cakes made from a type of seed called millet. The old man and woman were worried, but they made the millet cakes for Momotaro, and he started out on his way. He had not gone far when he met a dog. "Where are you going, Momotaro?" asked the dog. "I am going to the village, to the Ani I am going to the island of the Ani to bring back what they have stolen from my village, said Momotaro. And what are you carrying in that sack? Asked the dog. I'm carrying the best millet cakes in all of Japan, said Momotaro. Would you like one? Yes. Yes, said the dog, and I will come with you to the island of the Ani. I will help you. The dog ate the millet cake, then he and Momotaro walked on. They soon met a monkey. Where are you going, Momotaro? Asked the monkey. I am going to the island of the Ani to bring back what they have stolen from my village, said Momotaro. Well, I will come with you, said the monkey, and Momotaro thanked him and gave him a small millet cake. Now the three of them walked along when soon they heard a call. Momotaro, Momotaro, where are you going? Momotaro looked around to see who was calling him. A big pheasant flew out of a field and landed on his feet. Can you see the pheasant in this picture? He's green and orange, and he's colorful. Momotaro told him that he and his new friends were going to the island of the Ani. Then I will come with you and help you, said the pheasant. Momotaro thanked him and gave him a millet cake. So Momotaro went on his way with the dog, the monkey, and the pheasant close behind. They soon came to the island of the Ani. The Ani lived in a big stone castle. The pheasant flew over the high castle walls. He swooped down and flew back and forth so fast that it scared the Ani. The pheasant flew very quickly. Remember, that's one of our words. Swooped. In a curving motion. Swooped. And he shouted. The Ani shouted and screamed and ran about in confusion. Just then, Momotaro, with the help of the dog, monkey, broke through the gate of the castle. Oh, what a scene! The dog and the monkey ran about the legs of the Ani, which tripped them up so much they had trouble standing. Momotaro ran left and right, waving his staff or walking stick. Many of the Ani ran away, and soon it was just Momotaro and the Ani king. Momotaro ordered the Ani king to collect all the treasure the Ani had stolen. Momotaro and his friends gazed in amazement at the beautiful gowns and jewels and gold and silver that had been stolen from the village over the years. And so Momotaro took all the riches back to his village. The village was never again bothered by the Ani, and Momotaro and the old man and the old woman lived in peace and plenty for the rest of their lives. All right, that's the end of the story. Now, who are the main characters in this story? Pause the video and tell somebody that you're sitting by. If you said the characters in the story are the old man, the old woman, Momotaro, and the pheasant, the monkey, the dog, the Ani, any of those are correct. Those are all characters in our story. All right, what does Momotaro set out to do on his journey? Pause the video and tell someone. If you said that Momotaro sets out to stop the Ani from harming the village, then you are correct. Pat yourself on the back. Who are the Ani and what do they do to bother the townspeople? Pause the video and tell somebody. If you said that Ani is the monster that lives on an island and bothers the townspeople, then you are correct. Who helps Momotaro on his journey? And what does Momotaro give them in return? Pause the video and tell someone. If you said that Momotaro gives each of these animals a millet cake, he has help from the pheasant, the monkey, the dog, you are correct. All right, our next question. How do you know this folktale is make-believe or fiction? How could you tell that this is a make-believe or fiction story? Pause the video and tell somebody you're with. If you said that you know this as a fiction story because monkeys and dogs and pheasants don't talk, you're right. If you said this is a fiction story because the Ani is make-believe and monsters don't exist, you're right. Are the Ani real or make-believe? Make-believe, huh? How do the pheasant, the dog, and the monkey act like humans? Did you notice them acting like humans? What were they doing? They were talking, eating food, sharing food, right? Those are some ideas. All right, I want you to think about this one. Pause the video after I read the question. A hero is someone who does something brave or generous for others. Heroes can include firefighters, doctors, teachers, family members. How is Momotaro a hero for his village? Pause the story and share with somebody you're close to. All right. If you said that he was a hero because he saved his village and got back all the things that had been stolen, you are right. He defeated the Ani and returned all the things that were stolen from them. That's how you know he was a hero. All right, let's do our word work today. The word we are talking about, do you remember, is swooped. Swooped. Something swooped in fast. Remember, in the story, we heard the word. The pheasant swooped down and flew back and forth so fast that it scared the Ani. Say the word swooped with me. Swooped. Good. One more time. Swooped. Swooped means that something flew down quickly in a curving motion. The seagull swooped down to the ocean to grab a fish. Have you guys ever seen anything swoop? Pause the video and tell somebody. Try to use the word swooped in a complete sentence. Maybe you say, blank swooped down to get a blank. Pause the video and use that word in a sentence. All right, here we go. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Yes, thumbs up if this did swoop. No, thumbs down if this did not swoop, okay? The bird dove down to get a worm. Is that swooping? Yes, good. The student ran through the door into the classroom. No, thumbs down, right? That does not describe swooped. The plane flew down and then back up again. That's probably swooped, right? The butterfly fluttered slowly through the field to the flowers. Not a swoop. That's down, right? Not a swoop. Good job, boys and girls. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me today.